Hello everyone, welcome. Today, oh gosh, I am twisted. Give me a second, let me fix that. Oh, there we go. Hope you're doing well today. I'm Umbras, and we're gonna be restoring a bunch of muscle cars. Right now we have two beautiful classic muscle cars, the licensed ones as well, the Ford Mustang Mach 1 and the Dodge Challenger RT, both absolutely gorgeous. Welcome drag racing and gaming crew, hope you're doing well today. Welcome. Hope you're doing good. I think. Do I want to restore the Mustang or the Challenger? I'm gonna go with the Challenger first. Got the Hemi V8. Oh gosh, that's in rough condition. The body itself isn't in too bad shape, so we're gonna move this over to the lifter, and we're gonna be getting all the stuff, all the equipment over there as well. Let's get this raised up. There we go. You're gonna be going over there. The Muscle Mania, my favorite. Yeah, the muscle car is absolutely gorgeous. Love the classic lines, the very kind of, aggressive but still somewhat sleek look of them. Very cool. They got the low rumble as well. Absolutely nice. Alright, let's see if this has any oil in it. Of course it doesn't. It does have an oil pan though. Wow, that's a first for one of the vehicles we restored from a garage. All right, so let's get the rest of this stuff. Let's use this so it gets out of our way. All right, that can go back now. Use this, clean up the interior some. There we go. Sweet. This is gonna be a nice, very nice vehicle to restore. Very simplistic rear suspension. The engine itself is the wonderful Hemi V8. We're gonna go, because this is one of the first time working on the Challenger. I think this would be a standard restoration build. There we go. Let's go over to this side. Race tire B. All right, I'm not gonna complain about that. Let's know about 30 minutes. I'm probably gonna be working on the Shelby. Yeah, I saw you mention it on the Discord. Oh yeah, the DC Typhoon. We came across that once. It's like one of the very first barn find vehicles, and then it just never showed up again. And I'm kind of sad because I want to do like a fully tuned version with like the supercharger and everything, just to see how terrifying that would be. But right now, that just hasn't shown up. If it does show up again though, I'm definitely gonna be trying to get it so we can do the full-on race tune. I've worked on two. Including what I have. That is one more than we worked on. It was literally the very first barn find we came across, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a Shelby Cobra. Oh my god! And then like, we restored it to like standard spec and everything, because it was one of the first builds. I always, if I'm doing multiple builds, the first one I like to do usually is a fairly, either a low modification or, a complete, just regular restoration. Just because I enjoy kind of seeing the vehicle in its original spec as well. Because that's really nice too. Is seeing that. Alright, there we go. Alright. Get all this restored. Oh, that's a crunch. That's two crunches. Let's enjoy making over 1,000 or so. That's a lot of fun too. But the thing is though with that one is, because there's only one supercharged plastic engine in the game, it does get a little bit samey at times. So I kind of try to keep it varied between the regular restorations, the light tuning, and like the crazy high horsepower builds. Because unfortunately there's only one supercharged V8. I wish there was more options for the supercharged V8, and that may be the case with the 2021 version of the game. And we need rear shock absorber Bravo. We need 2 of those. Alright, and that's the primary things that we couldn't restore. Most of the rear suspension on the classic vehicles is restorable. You can fix it in the workbench. It'd be fun if they add in the top fuel dragsters. That would be really cool. I know in the 2021 version, they did add drag racing, a fairly in-depth drag racing mode as well, I may add. So that may be something that's in the line. They haven't shied away from quote-unquote racing cars with the likes of the 4 GT prior, so it's not out of the question that you couldn't find, you know, things like, you know, other types of drag racers outside of, you know, the just regular heavily modified muscle cars and stuff. That would be very, very nice. Yeah, the DLC drag cars are just like track cars. Yeah, exactly. Like, there isn't a whole lot, but it's still decent. Wow, we literally only restored like 50% of this stuff. I just noticed that. I'm like, oh wow, that is a pain Petco moment. Yep, that's gone. All right. Also, I just realized that we need to get the oh yeah, we need the leaf spring stuff as well on the other side. We don't want to forget that. He says about to absolutely forget it. Let's make sure we don't forget it. Let's go back across. It's a very easy thing to forget. Boop and boop. I'm gonna tune in, which is going on vacation. That's all right. But hey, always good to get that rest and relaxation, or be with family and everything like that. I totally understand. Where'd you go on vacation, if I may ask? I know there's lots of great places to go to and everything. If you're going international, or even if you're staying within the country, all of it very, very cool. We need another drum wheel cylinder. A lot of very, very, very cool sights. I know in about a week, give or take, I'm gonna be away from home. I'm gonna be going to a motorcycle race up north, a bit further north from where I am, and that's gonna be really, really nice. So, put these on. All right. I know we didn't purchase new rims, so we're gonna do that real quick. All right. So these are. If I can turn my pen on, 325, 60 are 15s. Okay, and these are racing tires, which is very, very nice. So let's go to the rim shop first. Get the retro, 2 rim retros, 15. There we go. Kind of standard steel rims. And then race tire, bravo. Nice, got the slate white line around it. Very, very gorgeous. How do you have so many bonfire maps? So earlier on when playing through this, because I wanted to be able to unlock all of the different like facilities, like the paint shop and everything like that. I just did job after job after job after job. And it just kept giving me, whenever a job would give me a crate, like half the time it would just give me a bonfire map. So I have a massive amount of bonfire maps, which is nice. But on the downside is, no, we're eventually going to run out of them because we're kind of, honestly, sick of doing jobs. We've done so many jobs. We might go back to doing jobs again another time. Once we kind of go through some more of the maps. I want to do some more of the, whatchamacallums, the story mode missions. Profile. Oh gosh, I didn't write that down at all. That was horrible. Profile 60. Okay. Cool. So 2 of them, size 15, width 225. Profile 60. There we go. It's a pretty expensive race tire, but hey, not gonna complain too much. I do know I want to eventually, once I start to kind of get bored, you know, more bored with 2018. I'm definitely going to be moving to 2021, but that's gonna be quite a while because there's so many cool cars that we haven't even had a chance to do. We haven't had a chance to even do like the crazy tuning on like the modern vehicles yet. It's just me, or the tires more expensive than the rims? Usually they are. Usually they are. Just because oftentimes we're purchasing performance tires and everything, or like specialty vintage tires and stuff. For the cheaper tires, it's about 50-50. But yeah, no, the tires themselves are very expensive. But you know, it's so easy to make money in this game that it doesn't quite matter. It matters a little bit. It matters ever so slightly, but otherwise, you know, you still make quite a bit of money with the restoration bonus and with, you know, all the other stuff from you know, restoring these vehicles. And it is nice. You get the it's really cool. Like, you could probably go 50-50 on yes, restoration, and then, like, you know, and then selling it versus just keeping it for yourself, and you could probably still make a nice tidy profit without too much issue. All right, there we go. Get you out, and we're gonna get you out. Nice. All right, that front suspension section, that is all absolutely dreadful. That's fine. We get to work on the engine now. One of my favorite parts. I do hope the later games have more complexity to the other aspects of the vehicle as opposed to just the engine. Is it just me, or do I like to have the frame before the engine? In the older Car Mechanics Simulator games, I like that. But in this one, there's just so much going on and so many things that it's possible to forget that I'm not as big a fan of doing that in 2018. So basically, I do rear suspensions. That's quick and easy. Kind of get yourself into the flow of the vehicle, and you can kind of work from your back, then start back at the front, and then kind of work your way to the middle, and then finally do interior then body. And that's kind of how my current methodology is with regards to it. Because for a lot of the chassis stuff, you gotta remove the engine anyway. And I guess you could just have the engine just kind of sit on the cradle and work on the suspension stuff and everything first, which is totally valid, and that might also be a decent option. But I always like doing basically rear suspension, engine, front suspension, gear train, and all that stuff, and then interior, and then finally body at the very end of it. Oh yeah. These are very nice. You get the 6-pack, the hemispherical V8 engines. And they call it a 6-pack because you do have 3 2-barrel covers, so a total of 6 barrels. Is it called the Hemi or the V8 overhead valve? So this one is technically... That's a good question. Let me, So basically you have the V8 overhead valve Hemi, the Magnum, and then the 6-pack. And those are the 3 Dodge, quote-unquote Dodge engines. But when you actually use the parts for everything, this is all sub... Oh gosh. That's gonna be annoying. Okay, so there's some sub D and then there's some sub E stuff. So that's gonna make it just a little bit more tricky. I do like the fact that you can remove the rocket arms in one single unit. It makes it a lot better. There we go. Get that out of there. Get that intake manifold out of there as well. This is going to be a very beautiful engine once we restore it. I'm thinking about maybe painting this car a nice kind of like plum crazy coloring, depending on what livery options are available for it. I think that would look really good. I know the Hemi orange is also a very popular Mopar color too, but I just enjoy the plum purple. Wow, the VTuber whose primary colors are all purple likes purple cars. Who would have thought? As for me, when I build the Shelbys with the full performance, with the blow performance engine, I make about 80,000. Yeah, your profit margins are a lot higher if you do like the fully tuned vehicles, because you get a lot an extra bonus on the value for all the tuned components, any aftermarket rims and stuff like that. But sometimes you gotta go with, you know, just what looks good and which you want to do as well. Even if it means, you know, less profit. You can do basic, even the baseline restoration. As long as you like restore everything, you're still making a nice tidy profit, about like, you know, 40,000-ish per vehicle, depending on how much you're able to restore yourself versus need to buy. But that is all, you know, that is all super nice. And then it just gets more and more higher profits the more you the more you tune on the vehicle and everything. And there we go. Aesthetics only have 2 minutes to get going. It is a very enjoyable game. It's very kind of, not necessarily therapeutic, but you can kind of just enter like a zen mode where you just, you know, you're just gradually working through the vehicle, and it's nice. It's very chill. You just get into a rhythm. All right, so that's everything there. Time to rotate it. There we go. That oil pan out of there. All right, now we have a whole bunch of this. There we go. Now this is separate testing out the TV. Living with siblings. That is the joys and the banes of living with siblings. Everything is always usually very chaotic, but you get that, you know, some of the fun as well. You know, it keeps things interesting. Yeah, thankfully now it's pretty much just me, myself and my wife. Although later this Saturday, I'm gonna be going out to eat with my wife and my sister. We're gonna be going to get sushi. So that's gonna be really nice. I like sushi. I haven't had sushi in a while. Alright, let's get this all rebuilt. As many things as restored as possible. Hopefully. No big crunches. Oh my gosh, we did 0 crunches. That's good. I like not having the crunches. There we go. Praying chef, get that in there. Alright, we're gonna need 8 pistons. Oop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, also an update on the Tater Tat story. If you're not familiar with the Tater Tat story, yesterday, while I was getting my lunch, someone on the like door, you know how they have the shelves on the door of the refrigerator? Someone had double stacked their lunch, and the top container was like absolutely filled with these tater tots. Like, I mean, like completely full of just tater tots. And then, like, you know, the closed sealed container of ketchup, you know, like you get at like the restaurants or whatever, it has like the plastic top and everything. That fell out when I opened the fridge, and not a single tater tot stayed in the container. Tater tots were everywhere. And after the initial 20 seconds of, oh my gosh, I did this, I don't know whose that is, and then the next couple minutes of cleaning it up, it was a struggle trying to find that person. I spent the next another like 10 or so minutes trying to find, because the lunch was labeled ED. And I wasn't able to find them, so I left money under their other container, hoping that, okay, they would forgive me. I would be spared from the angry ED. So it turns out today, I found out who ED was. It was a coworker, and she was a good sport about it, thankfully. Thankfully. But I do owe her I do owe her lunch on Monday. So that is perfectly fine. But it was, oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed because it was, you know, it's new job and everything like that. You want to make a good impression on your coworkers and everything. And within like a couple weeks, you know, just immediately having that issue. Oh, that's upside down. There we go. Get rotated. There we go. And part mounts. Alright, we need an oil filter. It's interesting that this one uses the regular V8 oil filter as opposed to the V8 overhead valve oil filter. I guess it's to keep it, you know, yellow and orange and everything like that. But yeah. But I got to figure out who ED was. Alright, hang on. What is... That is a C. That is a Charlie. Oh, that is going to be fun. That is going to be very, very fun. There's multiple different sub letters for this engine. Let's get a timing chain. The V8 overhead valve. Please don't be the V8 overhead valve K. And cam gear V10, V8, V8 overhead valve. There you are. Sweet. I don't think it is. I think the V8 overhead valve K. Oh, that's F. Damn it. Timing chain V8 overhead valve F. F. For Foxtrot. So this one, the 6-pack Hemi V8, this one's gonna be a little bit more of a tricky one to rebuild, just because of all the different sub-letters. All right, so that's the arms can't be restored. That's gonna be moderately annoying, but that's okay. There we go. Let's get the other side on. I think we were able to restore this one as well. We were. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Get the intake manifold on as well. Get the fuel system on there. There we go. And all these 6-pack carburetors look absolutely gorgeous. Although in real life, though, timing these carburetors is a royal pain. getting them all timed up, because they all kind of operate semi-independently from each other, but also semi-dependently. And it is not easy. It's a very tricky, very, very tricky manifold. Very, very tricky getting it all set up. There we go. Ooh. But you do get the benefit of extra power and very, very quick throttle response time for an older V8 muscle car, which is nice. All right, time to get all the spark plugs in, and then afterwards we're gonna need to get all the fun push rods. Way too many rods in these engines. You know, I absolutely enjoy going through this and getting this restored. All right, we need a push rod. Push rod F, yeah. And we need 16 of these, 2 for each cylinder. There we go. After this, we'll get the rest of the top end of the engine on. And then we'll be working on the front, so the ignition system. And then the, finally the rest of the drivetrain system. Ow. Ouch, that's not fun. Depending on how hard you stub it, it may be a good idea to put ice on it, just to help reduce swelling. But that, you know, of course that depends on how much you know, how hard you hit. But no, foot injuries are no fun. I used to do track back in high school and college, and yeah, it was foot and leg injuries were never fun. All right, rocker arms. Oh gosh, I think it's D. It is D. And we need 2 of those. Ooh. Nice. All right. No items to work with. That is a good start. Always good to know that this engine was partially exposed directly to the air. All right. So engine head cover. We don't have either of those. So we need an A, and we need a B. And of course, this is also going to be bright orange. I do like the fact that at least the engines, there is more variety in the engines compared to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. And I know in 2021, you do get the chance to paint individual components as well, which is very, very nice. I quite like that. All right. Ignition distributor. Let's get you in there. Get the rotor in. All right, and we are gonna need a clip B. Yeah. And what are you? Okay, so that's V8 overhead valve delta. So, boop, V10, V8 overhead valve. There you are. Cool. Get these in. Nice. This is slowly coming together. But I am absolutely loving this. Alright, air filter. Air filter. Air filter base. Oh boy. Air filter base. V8 overhead valve echo, because this one is the 6-pack. There we go. And of course we want the air filter cover, V8 overhead valve echo as well. What's my most popular type of stream? It varies. It definitely varies. Usually it's when I play more popular games like the Midnight Club games, or the the Need for Speed games on the Saturdays and stuff like that. Usually where you get more people in and everything. But I mean, so sometimes it's good to just kind of play games that you want to play and all that stuff. Sometimes by going for the niche stuff instead, you get some interesting conversation, interesting communication and everything. Plus also this is just a good kind of way to kind of de-stress before the last day of the week and everything. Water pump pulley, crankshaft pulley. Okay. Let's get these 2 in. You, and then a water pump pulley. There we go. Oop. Alright, we're gonna need 2 arms. So arm A, arm B. There we go. Thankfully, we can just search up V8 overhead valve C and get a little bit of extra stuff there. It makes it easier to find as opposed to just searching up arm, because there's way too many arms. All right, so now we need serpentine belt. The V8 overhead valve. There you are. V8 overhead valve C. So that's A, and that's B. And this will allow us to get this all together. Oh. And we need a new radiator fan. That's fine. Radiator fan. Oh gosh. I think this one. No, radiator fan B. Slightly different, but that is okay. Like this doesn't cost us too much, so we'll be good. We'll be fine. And then finally the fuel filter, and then all the drivetrain components. Alright, gearbox. We need. I think we just restored the. I think we already have a good clutch plate. We do. That's fine. That can either be sold or used on another vehicle. Probably sold. There we go. And then finally the fuel filter. Get that in there. Yes. Alright, take the engine off. Install the new engine in. There we go. It's looking beautiful in that engine bay too. The wonderful, beautiful orange engine there. Beautifully restored, freshly painted. Oh, it looks so good. Alright. Let's get all of the other junk components out here. There we go. The battery can go in the battery charger. And then the rest of the stuff we can take to the workbench. Boop, 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 boop. That's done. Battery's probably done charging, or very, very close to being done charging. Normally you need to leave it on for a couple hours, and even then, certain battery types, if the interior cells are damaged or well past their expiration dates, then you need to completely replace the battery. But for this one, it's just, hey, the battery is good. Battery is good now, everybody. All right, let's raise this up. I wish this version had the spoiler option on the rear, but that's not the case. All right, let's get the gearbox on. Boop. Oh, I love that, like the silver and orange there. That is very, very nice. All right, we can get the drive shaft on there. There we go. And of course the other side too. They used to always give me a lot of issue in the older car mechanic simulator games, but it's better now. All right, so we need a different rear muffler. We gotta make sure we remember that. Middle muffler. And then this is a Bravo. Cool. All right, exhaust. So we want. Oh boy. Rear muffler. E. We want 2 of you. We want a middle. 2 middle mufflers. Alright, well, nice. Alright. Best of luck with the restoration of the Shelby Cobra. And then so that's that. And I think we need a front exhaust section, V8. I don't know. We'll get that in a second. Sorry, someone was spinning on a different Discord I was in. There we go. All right, so we need middle muffler. Let's get these on. And we need front exhaust pipe. Front exhaust pipe. Gotcha. Front exhaust pipe, and it's B. It's a little bit lower than A, I think, or vice versa. And then finally, front exhaust section. Front exhaust section. V8 overhead valve D. And there it goes. Boom. Boom. And boom. Nice. Alright, good start. Vehicle is absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna need just a little bit more work on the front though. Then interior, and then finally the body, and then paint, and then we get to test it a little bit, get to drive it around. I might hold on to it a little bit so I can get some pictures off stream, because I enjoy. I'm not sure about the rest of you guys, but I enjoy taking like pictures of the vehicles. It's really cool. It's just, you know, cars. You know, cars are, you know, a form of expression. You get to really kind of showcase your personality with them and everything. And just why, especially with a game like features a heavy amount of car detail or customization. Like I really enjoy then taking the pictures of, you know, the different customized rides and everything. It's just a lot of fun. Or at the very least, even though there isn't a whole lot of customization, just even then taking pictures of different vehicles that you get to drive in spots that, you know, look good, and the vehicle makes the spot look good, and the spot makes the vehicle look good. You know, you're like driving like a brightly colored, you know, convertible through the fall mountains. Absolutely nice. Or, you know, you have, you know, the classic muscle car at the older, you know, kind of rundown gas station. And normally you look at the rundown gas station and you go, oh, crap. But then you have like the classic, you know, the heavily super restored classic muscle car there as well. And you're like, oh, okay, it's just kind of like, you know, like a local hangout spot or something. But it's really cool. For as much as I will give Gran Turismo 7 hell, and rightfully so, for its very bizarre design choices, I do enjoy escapes mode in that. Which, I mean, let's be honest, most of the vehicles in this game aren't usable in any races anyway, so you're only buying them for the escapes mode. But, you know, it is still nice. I wish more games did have photo mode in them. Alright, now there isn't a whole lot that we can really restore here. We need double wishbone shock absorber. We need 2 of you. 2 front shock absorber caps. Spring. Boop. Alright, inventory. Let's see. So 225, 60R, 15. Awesome. So it's the exact same wheel size and everything. So that makes it easy. 2 size 15 width 225, profile 60. There we go. We can get that all together. Boop, 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 boop. Doot, doot. Put that there. Come on. It takes so long to get the tires on, but I mean it takes even longer in real life. But you gotta be methodical with it. You gotta make sure, you know, everything's properly seated. You gotta make sure it's, you know, inflated the proper pressure as well. All of that stuff. And then balancing is indeed a process too. Balancing takes quite a while, especially if you're not super experienced. If you get good enough at it, you can usually get it within like 1 or 2 go-abouts. But it's still a little bit tricky, especially for first time. Or if you have like a massive, either a really thick tire and really tiny wheel, or a really low profile tire and like an absolutely massive like 22, 24 inch rim. And I've had to do both in my lifetime. And it is double plus unfun, I will say. We need bushings. How many? We need 12. Boop. Tie rods. We need 2 of you. And of course, whatever will end up being damaged. We need 2 hubcaps. And we need 2 wheel hub bearings. And that, I think, is the general... Oh, and of course sway bar stuff. So that's sway bar Bravo. Pretty much any of the double wishbone, front double wishbone suspension vehicles are all the Bravo subdivision. So it's good to remember if it has a double wishbone suspension at the front, it's usually a Bravo for the sway bars and everything, which is nice. The B is for bone. We can get this all together. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, I do need one front axle knuckle cover, which is fine. And we need one upper suspension arm. Gotcha. Let's get that real quick. E, F. Front axle knuckle cover. And then upper suspension arm. I don't think we have a Bravo for that. Yeah. I don't think I've seen the Bravo for the upper suspension arm. That might be for more modern vehicles, which, considering we're restoring only the classic vehicles right now, and haven't really been trying to purchase any modern or semi-modern vehicles. It's probably good. I wish this game had more vehicles from like the 80s and 90s as well. They have a bit more of those types of cars, but there's definitely much less. It's basically like a big gap. It's either like more like very, very modern within like the past like 10 years type vehicles, or like, you know, the legendary classics and everything. But having some more vehicles kind of in like that middle ground range, that'd be super, super nice as well. Pretty much from like the 80s, 90s, and like early 2000s, just so you get a good, much better mix. This is definitely one of those games where just straight up adding more cars is, you know, it's a good possibility, and is, you know, something that isn't, you know, too quote unquote lazy, because the base game and the base gameplay loop is already fundamentally perfectly fine. Whereas adding more cars to something like Gran Turismo 7, well, there's already a whole bunch of cars in there, and most of them aren't usable. So it's just kind of unfortunate. Adding more just doesn't make the game better. Like they added an ambulance, and it's, you know, okay, but it's not gonna get used anywhere. It's just gonna sit there and people are gonna forget about it. I want to have... I mean, there's probably still quite a bit of mods out there, but unfortunately with the nature of like the iterative releases that... With the iterative releases that Red Dot Games have done, you know, most people are moving... Oh yeah, most people have moved on to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with things like mods and everything like that. So it's, you know, because that is the latest and greatest. It has, you know, more features and all of that. But I mean, I quite enjoy the base game. And the vast majority of vehicles that were in 2018 are also in 2021, so it's, you know, you're not missing out too much. I kind of wanted to go through it just to kind of not be kind of too in the dark with regards to things that are changing, because, you know, 2018 is already a very, very different game compared to 2015. So it is good to kind of get that experience and everything with 2018 first before moving into 2018. Disassemble. Alright, so we have a bench. Steering wheel 3. Alright, let's go to the interior mode. The interior shop. Alright. Steering wheel 3. There you are. And then finally the challengers. The bench challenger and then 2 seat challengers. There we go. And now we can boop, and then boop. Gotta go through multiple sub-menus just to restore the interior. Whoa, the rear seats are already in good condition. That is surprising. I'll take that. All right, so now let's go up to the body shop. Since this is a licensed vehicle, it doesn't have aftermarket parts for it, unfortunately. That is the one downside. All right, so we want you, we want you, we want you. We want both taillights, both headlights. And there's gonna be a couple of missing components as well that we're gonna eventually need. But right now, at least, we're at least getting all the windows and all the lights and everything. I do know that we're missing a door and quite possibly a few mirrors. So we'll be getting that very shortly. But we're gonna get as many body panels on as possible that we don't need to replace. So I'm going for full on 100%. All right, so that's that. Rear bumper, rear tail light. Boop. All right, so we need a front right door. So where are you? Boop. Here we go. Now the body is complete. Oh yeah, we need the license plates. We need the license plates. We need to tag and title it. So what state should the plate be? What state or nation should the plate be? I'm thinking. The thing is, I think it's gonna take forever to restore car, but then it's like snap of the finger. I mean, one restoration is about 45 minutes to an hour. Like it is still a decent time, and I've gotten down to, you know, getting it done pretty quick. So it is a very it still was a lengthy and arduous process. Even more so if you're doing, like, you know, the full, you know, upgrades and everything like that, because you gotta get all the different stuff. I like the custom red dot games. Oh yeah, those are nice too. But no, it is fun. Kind of going through it. You can, like I said, you lose track of time when you're restoring the vehicle and everything, and it is very nice. There we go. And simple mode. And assemble mode. Alright, let's get this thing. Let's move it to paint shop and relax. It is very relaxing. Like compared to other games, like I can kind of, you know, take my time with this without too much issue. Probably right around here. All right, what livery? All right, standard black stripe. What's this one? I'm not seeing. Oh, that's the hood. Oh, that's the. Oh, and that's. Oh, sweet. Oh, never mind. That's not sweet. I thought that was gonna be like the more leather, kind of, you know, the what is it called? Like, you know, the vinyl roof. There is a lot, and I mean an absolute smorgasbord of livery options here. Where is 7? Oh, that's the red one, and that is the one, the white one. So I'm probably gonna go with that there. Yeah, that's gonna look decent. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Oh my word. That is nice. All right, let's move the vehicle to the dyno. I wish you could still adjust and tune the carburetor like you could in the previous 2015, where even if the vehicle was stock, you can still get a little bit more power out of it. But this is still nice. I do another one of those. Do the famous street race, the Black Ghost. Black Ghost. Okay, yeah, I have to keep that in mind. I have to see what options are available for that. And that may be something that's really, really cool. I know we've already done for the Bandit Chieftain. We've kind of made it very, very close to the Chieftain Bandit. We've made it very, very close to the Bandit from Smokey and the Bandits. All right, so that's now in parking. All right, so we got the Mustang here. Let's get out another muscle car as well. I'm going to be doing 3 total. And I'm thinking, oh boy. I'm thinking probably the ooh, so many options. All right, we're gonna do the Tempest Magnum flat face. We're gonna add that to the garage. Oh, that got moved. That got moved to where the previous vehicle was. That's fine. Alright, so we have two different vehicles at a garage entrance. We got basically the totally not a Dodge Charger, and the Mustang. Mustang is so nice. It's already in that like the best looking color for it as well. Ford Mustang Mach 1. Yes. I love my Mach. I love the Mach 1s. What's in it currently? It's got the 385. Okay. So that's the high performance version compared to the Windsor, I think. So it can usually come with either this or the Windsor, if memory serves me correctly. And the Windsor's the slightly lower powered version. Ever so slightly. It's very, very, like it's a slightly lower displacement. This would be a nice one. I don't know. What do you think? Should we do the Mustang, or should we do the Charger next? Dodge Daytona. Yeah, the Charger Daytona. In real life, it has it was. Oh, since we're going to talk about it, we're going to start with this one then. It was the aerodynamics were partially developed by members of Chrysler's Missile Division, who made ICBMs for the military. Yeah, the Dodge Charger Daytona. Very, very nice. Anyway, let's get this all sorted already. Oop. And here we go. Get all of this stuff over there. We gotta move so much equipment just for the beginning of the restoration. But it's, you know, it's a process. It's get this all done. Alright, well that's nothing in there. Cool. Good to know. Restore the chassis. Restore the interior. There we go. Nice. Alright. Alright, so this has the vintage race tires instead of the regular race tires, which is fine. Perfectly A-okay. So we're gonna get all of this out of here. It's gonna look absolutely beautiful. This is the first one we restored for this one, for this type of vehicle. So we're gonna be doing a standard restoration on it. I think all three of the vehicles today are gonna be the standard restorations. But it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be very, very beautiful. Very, very cool. There we go. Get that out of there. I think we may end up purchasing the additional parking. Just so we can have some more space for some of our vehicles. Trying to make some more money without people not noticing just performance pistons. Yeah, just do that. That gets more money that way. Yeah, but I enjoy doing the standard builds. It's nice. Besides, sometimes you want the vehicle like completely true to its original design and everything. As much as I enjoy like the drag racing stuff like that, sometimes it's good to have more standard, or kind of respect the performance of the classics as well as they were. Oh gosh, I forgot this one also has the Hemi engine. That's gonna be very, very fun. On the bright side, more simplistic exhaust system. Alright, that's a 1 crunch. That's a 2 crunch. Nice. Alright. Inventory. Oh yeah, we didn't sell it. We didn't sell anything. So that's gonna be a little bit annoying. So that's gonna be 570 R14. Alright. So it's a size 14 rim. Rim retro 7. Boop boop. Itty bitty tiny rim. Now for the vintage race tire. Vintage race tire would be. Give me a second. It has a TA, so that's the standard vintage race tire. Full review. Size 14. Very, very tiny. Width 255. Very, very thick. Very, very thick tires. And very chunky tires too. That's gonna make them very expensive. There we go. And while we're waiting, we'll get that fuel tank as well. Put these on there. And we're gonna get the 2 rear shock absorbers. Those we know need to be replaced. I just spent $4,000 on tires, but only $100 on rims. I mean, true to life though, for like the very expensive tires, like the high performance stuff, you're gonna be spending a lot of money on those. Granted, rims, like performance rims as well, are very pricey too. Like a good set of like a non-knockoff tuner rims and everything. You're looking at closer to $3 grand. And tires, high tires are pricey. Cars are expensive, especially once you get into the performance tuning side of things. Oh my word, is it pricey? But it's a labor of love. We do these things because they are fun. We do these things because they are expensive hobby. Lots of hobbies are expensive. You just gotta choose which one you want to spend your money on and everything. Because you can't unless you're like multi-millionaire, you can't spend your money on everything. So you gotta pick and choose. For me, it's pretty much PC gaming, going to races and stuff, and then D&D. The three bigger money sinks. But if you're having fun and you're still able to live within your means, is it really a money sink? Did you know they can do juniors with electric junior drags that cost $20,000? Yeah, but you gotta think though, that's just like the base price of the dragster itself. Like you gotta think about transport. You need a trailer. You need something that can pull the trailer. You need to pay the entry fees. You need to pay the maintenance. You know, the tires and everything like that. Like racing gets expensive fast. My family used to do karting, and it got very, very expensive. Like sure the initial price of a cart isn't too bad, and if you do a lot of stuff yourself, you can kind of mitigate the pricing a little bit. But it's expensive. Okay, for a junior, it's not hard to hire them like actual drag cars. True, yeah, but it's still, you know, you gotta consider, you know, the transport itself and everything. You need to at least have a good means of hauling them. Like if you have a minivan or what have you, that is gonna fly. Or, you know, at the very least, you need like a trailer. Like if you have like a large enough pickup truck, you can maybe kind of put it in the bed if you're really, really careful. But it'd be very, very sketch. It'd be super, super sketch. We want 2 brake drums. And I think a drum wheel cylinder as well. There we go. Boop. Now we're gonna get this on there. There we go. This is gonna look very, very nice once it's fully built up. There we go. Boop. Boop. And boop. But no, racing in general is very pricey. Because then you also have like entrance fees. Granted, like grassroots motorsports is still the cheapest, you know, with junior dragster, with, you know, mini stocks for like dirt track racing and stuff like that. That is still the cheapest way to get in. But it's still pricey. If you know, you gotta definitely be cognizant of the price. As things break, you need to fix things, you need to replace things. You know, you need to pay entry fees and all that stuff. It does add up. I want to add this engine to the crate. There we go. Nice. This one is also a 6-pack. So two 6-packs in a row. Okay, that's fun. Yeah, I can't agree on our family's drag racing since the 70s. Yeah, so you guys have that. You guys have that experience that does make it very, very nice. Because most problems you've probably already come across and have means of like fixing and everything, which is good. It's good to have that additional support and all of that. It is very, 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 very useful. It's one that helps kind of cut down on unnecessary expenses. And also, if things do break, you can, you know, kind of fix them yourself instead of paying someone else to fix them, which is also very, very good for saving money. But racing is very, very fun, though. I quite enjoy going to races. I quite enjoy it, especially like the local stuff, supporting local tracks and local series. That is a lot of fun. Because that's, you know, you get you know, other regular Joes just kind of, you know, doing their thing. That is their hobby. It'd be kind of fun to get into. Granted, I need a decent place to work on something, but it'd be kind of fun to get into, like, you know, like bracket racing. With, like, you know, get an older kind of beater vehicle that's in okay-ish condition. Strip that down. Get a racing seat, probably weld in a roll cage just for safety reasons. But yeah, it'd be fun. I'm not 100% sure of this, but before Dirt Track closed down, we hosted World of Outlaws. Oh, nice. I mean, not nice that it closed down, but yeah, World of Outlaws, like the sprint cars, that is a lot of fun. There's a track just a bit north of me, Lincoln Speedway, and they host World of Outlaws and other sprint car divisions as well, and it is very, very fun to watch. Those things, the sprint cars, they don't really have a transmission. It's one gear, so you're not really shifting gears. They don't have like a starter or anything like that. They get kind of bump started, and it's really, really cool, like how simplistic they are, how much power they still make from those engines. Even the like the quarter sprints with the inline fours, like they are still very, very fast, very fun to watch. My personal favorite for dirt track racing though is the legends. You know, the ones that look like the shrunken down like 32 Fords and everything. Those are my personal favorites. They make like 700 horsepower, and your rear wheel drive on dirt. You're pretty much, you know, sideways the entire time, drifting around the corners, trying to stay on the cushion, and it's tricky. It requires a lot of skill. But oh my gosh, it's so exciting seeing that, especially when they're going like side by side, you know, crossing each other up into the turns and everything, constantly, you know, trading positions. Okay, I mean that's faster than much because the drag is making 4,000. True, but with that one, you know, you have, you know, much grippier track. You know, you have force induction and everything. You have, you know, the nitrous and all that. For you know, just granted, I believe they're alcohol powered. I have to double check. But for just, you know, all motor naturally aspirated, that's gonna be, you know, running, you know, for, you know, pretty much entirely throughout the day without, you know, any needs for rebuilds or anything like that. It's, you know, it's fairly impressive. Plus, I imagine any more power, and it starts to get just a little bit scary with the, you know, because you're on dirt. Dirt is slippery, especially later on in the day when that dirt gets kind of pressed down. You lose most of the cushion. It gets just a little bit spoopy. But it is so much fun just watching them go at it. My personal favorite is the legends, because they got the inline 4 motorcycle engine in them. Only good for about 200-ish horsepower, give or take. But because they're so lightweight and because they're so small with the short wheelbase, they are squirrely, very squirrely little cars. And so watching the driver try to rustle them around the corners, it is so cool. Alright, cool. We broke our engine block. That's unfortunate. Let's get a new one. There we go. We at least managed to restore the crankshaft. We need a camshaft as well. Camshaft, V8 overhead valve, C. There we go. Alright, now time for the pistons. Get all of these in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boop. And these ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boop. But sometimes it's good to kind of enjoy the racing with like lower power vehicles as well. More so on like circuit racing, either on oval or on like road courses, because you get really close battles with that, and it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. Like that's why on the YouTube, I like watching like the MX-5 Cup races from IMSA, because those vehicles, like I said, they're basically mostly stock Miatas, right? But because of that, you know, with the exception of like the racing slicks, and the, you know, the roll cage, like they're so low power they can take multiple different lines through the corners, so they can run side by side through most of the lap, which is really cool, because the drivers are constantly battling for position, beating and banging each other's doors and everything, and it's so much fun. We need one of you, and where is the crankshaft bearing? There's a crankshaft bearing. I enjoy that, because you look at that type of racing and you get so many more overtakes compared to the oh yeah, seeing the car going, you know, that fast on a track as well, that is the speed, the acceleration, that is really nice too. That is very cool. because you know, just the sheer amount of skill needed to keep it from, you know, just destroying itself, both from a mechanical point of view and also from, you know, a driving point of view. Like, you need to basically know your vehicle and know exactly how it's going to launch. And it gets sketchy. People think, oh, it's just a straight line. No, it requires quite a bit of skill, and the more power, the more skill required as well. At least until you get into bracket racing, where then it's more so due to, you know, trying to run consistently and everything. And that's the case, you can be skilled regardless of how much power your car makes. What do we need? Oil pan. Oil pan. This one, yes. But yeah, no, it is very, very fun. So with you being from Texas, have you been to I forget what it's called. Yeah, because I'm gonna have multiple of those in real life, and hold up, those things are well. Yeah, they are. I haven't seen too many of like the over 1,000 horsepower ones, but I've seen some very, very quick drag racing in my time as well, and it is like roughly around like the 9 to 10 second range, and even then, that is absolutely, it's exhilarating, but it's also terrifying to watch. Just with the you know, the speed that they can reach. But it's really, really cool. I'm gonna want to rotate this around. There we go, get that right side up. So with you being from Texas, have you been to I forget what it's called. I think it's called like Texas 2K or whatever, where like they do like the super high speed runs where like the minimum horsepower is like 1,000 horsepower and everything. I've never been to that, but I've seen that online as well, and that looks like a lot of fun to watch. So they're like almost on like an airport strip or something. But like it's a much longer dragway compared to, like, you know, they run like half-mile and mile runs, which is really, really cool, seeing just the speed that they can reach on that. We need a D? I think we need a D. Yeah. Wait, no? Get over valve. Oh, I need an engine head. Bravo. This one. No, I don't think I've ever been. Yeah, it might be called something else, but I know it's like in like southern Texas, and it's, you know, where all the crazy like high horsepower vehicles go and everything. It's basically like one of the bigger drag racing events. I definitely want to do that. I would definitely want to watch that sometime. That'd be a lot of fun. I don't know if it's still around. I know pre-pandemic it was still around, but that may have changed. And NHRA events way better for me. Oh yeah, because you get like the purpose boat drag cars and everything. Yeah, that is very, very nice too. Like I said, with drag racing, no matter what you're into, there's stuff for everyone. Like there's even like the motorcycle drag racing, which were, at least in my neck of the woods, they host fairly frequently, where you have people in like the stripped down like Suzuki Hayabusas, Kawasaki Ninjas and everything. And it is, oh, those bikes are fast as well, and that is a lot of fun watching them. Because you see them, and they don't really produce a whole lot of smoke when they're doing their burnout and everything. But then, when they launch, oh my gosh, they just shoot themselves down the track. And that is so much fun. And they're usually running like mid-8s. Which, when you're mostly unprotected on a bike, oh boy. That is very fast. Because if you fall off, that's track. That is track your way. Thankfully though, no, I haven't seen any major accidents. I think one guy did launch too hard and he kind of flipped his bike, but wasn't seriously hurt, which was good. But yeah, it gets a little bit dicey at times. And I think we need the F push rod. Oop. And I know this is also non-serviceable, so I think it's this, and then poop. Yeah, like the top fuel bikes. Oh, I've never seen the top fuel bikes. Yeah, at least not in person. But yeah, those things are cool too. Because they have like the full-on like aero bodywork and everything. Like they're super, super low to the ground. They're almost like just two-wheeled cars at that point. Because you know they can like barely turn. But oh, they are cool too. They are really awesome. And I love to catch an event with that as well. Most of the NHRA and the IHRA events hosted close to me are more so for like the at best pro street, but more so kind of like closer to, you know, closer to more street legal, drivable daily type stuff. Like it's a lot of lots of bracket racing, at least here on the East Coast. But that is a lot of fun too. Is seeing, you know, everyone come, run what you run. Most people not even showing up with trailers, just, you know, with their own cars. And that is cool. Everything from like the classics to, you know, modern muscle cars to someone new with, you know, to imports. And it's you get a good mix that way too. Speaking of a thing, I either want to race with NHRA or the SHRA. SHRA. Which one's the SHRA? SHRA. Oh, okay. Nice. Very, very cool. Wins are always to be celebrated. Very, very nice. We need a timing chain F here. Oh, it's a division 4 race. Cool. Very, very cool. Now it's always good to kind of celebrate, you know, the race victories and everything. So that's the stuff that goes down into like the record books and all that. So you know, years from now, someone can probably look up, you know, the results of that race, see your mom there, you know, winning that. That is awesome. Very, very cool. Because, you know, that's the thing as well. Like, you know, with regards to whatever type of competition we do, with the advent of like, you know, the internet and everything like that, and the continuation of records keeping, like we basically kind of increase kind of our what it was to be known as like our competitive footprints, which is really nice. Where is that cam gear? I looked over it like twice, and it's probably there. You are. There you are. If I may ask though, what was she driving? What was the vehicle? But there's probably a lot of cool stuff. All right, we need a new water pump. At least get that in there. Oh, it's that bracket dragster. Oh, sweet. Very, very nice. So you have all the custom built vehicles. Geez, so the entire family drag races, or the vast majority of you guys. Very, very cool. Yeah, good. Unfortunately, my family couldn't quite afford to do racing, but my family is filled with a lot of racing enthusiasts. And automotive enthusiasts in general as well. So it's really cool for us to, you know, head out to races as a family. That is a lot of fun too, because we get to, you know, you get to support, you know, the local heroes and everything, and especially the local tracks. I'm always 100% in support of local tracks, be it circuit tracks or drag tracks. All of that, always good to support. There's the fuel filter. Gearbox. We need a flywheel, boop, and boop. There we go. Oh wow. So we still have that extra clutch. The extra clutch plates. Whoopsie daisies. You think with that one being made entirely out of friction material that you'd have it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't be repairable, but I guess that is very much not true. Alright, so we got 2 pulleys. Getting very, very close to getting this one put back together. And we need VH, OH, BC. This arm, and where are the belts? This one and this one. Rocket dragster has got 2-speed automatic with an air shifted big block. Oh, nice. Is that about how much power is that making? I'm making a very, very, very respectable amount. If I were to hazard a guess, probably around like 700 maybe. I'm not too familiar with like the actual dragsters. Things like 1100. Oh wow, even higher. Nice. Very, very nice. Well, congratulations to your mom. That is, being able to handle that much power is very, very solid. Very, very cool. I think so. Like most of the vehicles I've driven, definitely. I think the most powerful vehicle I've driven is probably closer to like 500-ish horsepower. And that was still a scary experience because that was on public roads and everything. But I mean, that's, you know, probably chump change. On my daily vehicle is probably closer to about 130 horsepower. I drive a little and tiny old beat up Corolla, but it is, you know, very, very reliable, very, very, very nice, simple, easy to work on. Not really any aftermarket support for it because, well, it's, you know, it's little or mid 2000s Corolla. But, you know, it is very, very nice to have. It sips fuel. So road trips are really, really fun because, you know, don't need to make too many stops. You can just kind of get into a rhythm and just keep driving for, I think, about 400 miles on a tank I can get, which is sweet. But it's definitely not fast. It is a very, very slow vehicle. 2 JZs off the Corolla. If I get, you know, if I ever get like an actual garage space to work on it, and an, you know, an actual daily driver afterwards, maybe. Or since it's front wheel drive, maybe like K-series swap it or something like that. But yeah, oh my gosh, that'd be kind of fun. It'd be a nice kind of sleeper vehicle, because you expect, you know, you see the beat up old Corolla, you're like, oh yeah, whatever. You see beat up old Civic, you get always a little bit hesitant because they might, you know, be still heavily modified underneath. But you see a beat up old Corolla, you're like, oh yeah, nah, they're just some guy commuting. But then you know, you whip out the big guns, just rear wheel drive swap. Oh, you are severely overestimating my technical and financial capabilities right now. Very, very much. That is alright. That'd be fun though to do. Just completely tub it out. Put in the you know, the drivetrain and everything. It would be very cool. It would be very, very cool. It'd be like the BC Moto Honda Odyssey that makes over 1,000 horsepower. That is a cool car too. Like, oh my gosh, that is a very, 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 very quick minivan. At the very least, a very powerful minivan. I never thought I'd say a minivan looks cool, but it does. Because it's even got the air suspension and everything. That's the front exhaust pipe. This is the front exhaust section. There you are. Boop. And boop. But no, building high-performance vehicles out of, you know, the otherwise unassuming cars is awesome. Oh, we need a new drive shaft. If I can spell. Drive shaft. Drive shaft. I bet you can find a mod for a car mechanic simulator. Probably. I mean, even without the mods, you can definitely tune some vehicles to a very high level performance. And I think even more so in 2028, the 2021 version of the game, because that one has even more more tuning available. Because with the drag racing, with the drag racing mode and everything. But you know, that would be very cool. I know I'm definitely gonna be spending a lot of time once we move to the 2021 version of the game. I know I'm gonna be spending a lot more time building and probably keeping more vehicles because there's an actual use for them in the 2021 game with the drag racing, because you can do like I think you can enter like offline tournaments and stuff like that with them, and that'd be fun to do. You ever play? There was this Flash game, and maybe I might be dating myself here. I might be dating myself because this was like popular when I was in like middle school and high school as well. There was a Flash game called like Drag Racer V3, and I don't know if it's still up or not. But there was a Flash game called Drag Racer V3, and you start out like with like a choice of like a little tiny dinky front-wheel drive vehicle, you know, Civic, Golf, what have you. But it was like just, you know, nothing but drag racing. You gradually kind of upgrade your vehicle. You win races against other opponents, get money to upgrade your vehicle further. And you could do like different tournaments as well. And the tournaments had like different vehicle restrictions, which was super cool at the time for a Flash game. But it was really nice. I played the absolute bejesus out of that because it was just something that was like really cool. It's almost like Gran Turismo, but for drag racing, because you had, you know, the full vehicle maintenance and everything. You could take your car to car shows and make money that way too, if you wanted to focus more so on the visual customization of your vehicle. And it was really cool. It's definitely. I wonder if someone's made something. I mean, technically, Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 is similar-ish to that. Still, all right. Hang on a second. Do you think you could check? Because I've never played it and I want to play it. Check for the mod. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me see. All right. Maybe. Give me a second. There's a YouTube. Okay, so there is a mod for the Honda Odyssey. No, check for the game. Oh, the game. Oh, okay. It looks like it exists. It's a Flash game, so there should be archives of it. There should be archives of it. I don't know if there's any links that work. But you should. So obviously you proceed with caution because some may be like viruses and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that it still exists. You may. I don't know if it would still work though, because it ran off of the Adobe Flash Player, and with Adobe Flash Player no longer being supported, I don't know if there's a workaround for that. Because it was a Flash game, and a lot of Flash games no longer work because of the lack of Adobe Flash player support. So even if it is quote unquote up and available for download, it may not be able to be played. Alright, so this is 1575 R. Okay. Like I said, it's a very, very old game, and unfortunately, sometimes with older games, it's very, very difficult to either get them working or to even find them. Sometimes you are kind of at the mercy of whether or not enough other people like the game. And it had a decent amount of a decent fan base, but it's still kind of I don't know, it's kind of iffy. I haven't played it since high school, but yeah, I haven't played it since high school. But even then, I know there was some sketch links for it as well that you had to be just a little bit careful about. So just if you do go looking for it, do be very, very careful. Make sure you like double check everything, scan everything. Oh, and I did kind of dip myself. Very much so. I am old. Like in terms of like the VTuber sphere, especially, it's weird. Amongst my coworkers, I'm quite young, especially at my older job, because in aerospace everybody's old. At this current job, I'm still younger than most people. But for VTubers, like most of them are like college age or a little bit younger than that, and I've been out of college for quite a few years now. So I'm kind of old. I'm a grandpa. You see the gray hair. That's also why I primarily play like a lot of older games as well, because those are the games that were fun when I was younger. Back in my day. Oh. Still though, it's fun. I'm a boomer. I'm a boomer in the VTuber sphere. But that is the nature of the beast. Time comes for us all. Be crazy if you actually still streamed until I was a grandpa. I mean, ooh, that voice cracked. I mean, there are, especially like with more and more elderly people kind of becoming tech savvy and everything. You do. There are more elderly people, like once they reach retirement, that are streaming. Like there's, I know there's one streamer. She's like a grandmom. And she primarily streams like the Elder Scrolls, like the Skyrim games and stuff like that. And she's, you know, fairly popular. But it's really, really cool. Like I know my dad, when he plans on retiring, he says he might actually get into like doing streaming if, you know, he gets bored post retirement. just as something to, you know, to kind of keep him busy and to keep his AV skill sharp, because he's currently like a broadcast manager at a TV station, so he's very, you know, he's very in the know on that type of stuff. Okay, if he does tell me, well, he's not planning on retiring anytime, at least not for like a few more years. Send me a link. Again, this is just something that he's kind of like entertained the idea of. Like, it's definitely not set in stone. It's basically yeah, it would be kind of fun to do this. But he kind of helped me out a lot with, like, you know, learning a little bit about, like, the you know, the streaming stuff, the audio setups and everything. Like, he definitely kind of, he didn't like set things up for me, but he kind of gave me like some pointers and everything, which was very, very, very nice. You know, it'd be kind of cool to have him stream. He's very, very knowledgeable. Bottom suspension arm. This one. There we go. Alright, let's get this suspension all put together. Oh, we didn't purchase another one? I guess we only purchased one. That's my mistake. That is egg on my face. Ooh. There we go. This is gorgeous. It's gonna be gorgeous when it's put together. I'm thinking maybe this one have it be the Hemi orange. Maybe. Unless there's a different Mopar color you think might suit it better. We might try to get some other colors in there. Hemi orange might be a nice solid choice. It depends on what livery is available too for this. Because certain liveries go better with certain colors, either lighter or darker colors. A nice matte black with stripes. That could be really cool too. That could be very, very, very nice. The big thing as well for like the darker colors and the lighter colors is you don't want to crush. You don't want to end up what's known as crushing your colors. That's when basically it's like either super, super dark or super, super bright that it basically kind of drowns out any detail about the body. You kind of want to soften both like your heavy blacks and your heavy whites just a little bit in order to kind of in order to get a vehicle looking better. Like even if you look at those wheels, like they aren't like full on like 000 black. Like they still have just a little bit of light, a little bit of color in them. Because going full on black, it would look basically just like a silhouette. It wouldn't look all that good. Like how the spoiler, we can't take the spoiler off. the spoiler remains on. Alright, so that's all that. And this is the Magnum, specifically the flat face. Alright. So let's go, just out of curiosity. Oh, okay. So that's just hood and headlights and taillights. That's kind of annoying. I wish there was more custom parts for the for that. That would be nice. You. Hopefully. I also have to put the steering wheel in a car I'm working on. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. That is not good. So where is... Wait. Oh, wait. We want to remove the body panel still. I think maybe we still need the headlights. So maybe these? It's only $100 each, so worst case scenario, we should be okay, I think. Or does this just not have headlights? This may just not have headlights, which is weird to think about. my time just had lightning in my town for no reason. And thunder. Ah, yeah, you get the heat lightning. Especially if they don't have any like precipitation in the forecast. You get the heat lightning. That's always fun as well. Because it's basically mostly harmless-ish, but you still gotta be careful. It can kind of sneak up on you if you're not. But as long as it's only like cloud stuff, you know, it's not too bad. I just realized that we removed the ability to. Alright, so that's steering wheel 18, seat 9, and then bench. Okay, so let's go to the interior now. And yeah, we're gonna well, if we're doing the matte black, we're gonna go with that one. And where are those seats? Where are those seats? All right, that's seat 9. And we're gonna do seat 9, other delta. Oop. And then what steering wheel is this? Steering wheel 18. Really? 18? I can spell. Oh well, I guess that looks decent enough. Alright, let's go into boop, boop. Working with the interior is always just a little bit interesting. Because you have to go through multiple different menus and stuff. You have to go through multiple different menus just to be able to put seats in. All right, what state should we do for the license plate shop? Or what country? Any good options here? We can do an Australian license plate from New South Wales. Ever watch any of the Alabama? There we go. Oop, and what should this one be? Let's go with that. There we go. The nice rolling hills of Alabama with the this vehicle is going to be very, very different. Too fast for it. Ah. There we go. We at least got the state, Alabama. All right, let's see. Can I say this? Okay, so all of this is at 100%. That's good. And let's paint it. Let's see what livery we have available for it first. Got red stripes. Ooh. That's not bad, actually. So we got red stripes. We got the crazy 215 here. Excellent license plate is too fast for you. Alright. Which for the Mach 1 may be a good option. And then we have this one as well. The 32. Boom. Alright, so we're gonna do the red stripes instead. And we're gonna dial. Probably right around there. Nice. It's not bad. Let's put that at the garage entrance. There we go. I do want to test this one out though. I want to see. Oh, we didn't put. Oh gosh. That'd be bad. We didn't do one thing. I'm glad we caught that. I do want to drive this one though, because although we don't have the whatchamacallit, like actual drag racing, we do get a chance to drive the vehicles on a drag strip. It's just only a single timed run. Nice. Alright, decent start. Let's see how fast this thing goes. I love the pixelation in the rear view mirror as well. 0 to 60 in sub 5 seconds, which is decent. Top speed, probably around 140, I think, 150. It has a lot of power, but it's about as aerodynamic as a brick. And that sign up there, that's the finish line. 148. Oh, bonk, bonk, bonk. That's not bad. That's solid. That's decent. Ah. Nice drink of water there. Yes. That one is... This one's a cool one. Alright. Now finally... a Mustang. We should probably actually sell our junk. I wish we can actually sell the these parts in bulk as well, the combined parts. That makes it just a little bit annoying. There we go. Oop. I was just pointing out right outside. Oh, there you go. You got you got a lot more. Got a lot of rain there. Yeah, rain here is par for the course for us Marylanders. Rains quite frequently here because we have the bay, and we're very frequently, very frequently, right in the midst between a cold front and a warm front. So what we're gonna do before we restore the Mustang, I kind of want to go. I kind of want to look at some other vehicles potentially to purchase in the near future. Does that be fun? So let's go see what we have here. Let's go to the car salon first. Any cool... Ooh. That is already beautifully restored. The totally not a Thunderbird, the Salem Thunderbolt. That is nice. But no, if we're gonna buy a car from the car salon, we're gonna buy an old, a newer vehicle that doesn't normally show up in the auctions and everything. Mine M8R. Ooh, we got the high performance version. This is the V8 double overhead cam supercharged. That is nice. I do like the fact that they add different versions of vehicles. We have oh, what the? That is an expensive Dodge Ram. Okay. And that is the Caster Earthquake Rex. Yeah, so that is the car salons usually, unless there's like a super rare vehicle there, it's kind of rip off because most of the vehicles there can show up at the car auctions. So I'll probably send you a picture later on the Discord. Alright. Yeah. Definitely. By all means, post that stuff on the Discord. That's always fun. Alright, next up we're gonna go to the auction house. I'm gonna try to get 3 new vehicles before we finally restore the Mustang. It's always good to have a solid rotation of vehicles in. Now we got the Salem Spectre Fastback. Got an RX-3 as well. Both of those are very solid cars. So I think with this one, because this one, if we buy it, we're gonna do a full one, like, heavy modification. That one's gonna be like the full tune kind of drag race spec. We're gonna pay up to about 34,000 for it. We got money, and we're gonna be making even more money from it if we do the full tune. Mr. Moneybags over there, high bidder 4 and bidder 5. Oh, never mind. Everyone's still bidding for this one. Come on. Don't be mean. Bro, really? Don't be like that. There we go. Car parking. Anyway, that's the first one. We might try to get that RX3 as well. Bolt Reptilia S. Nah. What's the next one? Bentley T-Series. Nah, next one. Let's go for the RX3. Let's see what condition it's in. That's actually in really solid condition. That's not really much of a restoration. So we're gonna go basically up to 27,000 for this one. I'm gonna see how much more they bid over the base vehicle value. But I like the RX3. It would be a fun cutter race on a track. Yeah, it would. Alright. Nope, that's my limit. Alright, fair enough. And then we've done the Lotus Esprit. I don't want that one again. Not anytime soon, but just because we've already done that. Although that is a beautiful, nice, solid black color. Alright, Salem Kieran. Let's start the auction. Let's go up to 18,000 for this one. Have a slightly more modern vehicle in our stable to tune up. This one would be a fully modified one because it is kind of a junker. This one would be a fun one to just fully tune. We'll go up to 20,000 on it. Really? Okay, fine. Fine, you win, you win. Oh well. Alright, and then we're gonna check out one of the C4 Corvette. Yeah, the C4 Corvette, it's a very, very nice one. I haven't restored that one on stream yet. We do have one of those in the garage. We haven't restored that one yet. So we're gonna go to a barn. I'll this one out further. To me, it's a better semi-modern car. Yeah, from like the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. I think it's based off the Corvette 01, which is the 92 version, 93 model year. Somewhere in that range. Alright. Let's get this stuff from here. Anything good? A rim. Get that crate. Rim. Some of the stuff that you can't restore is not worth picking up. I'm gonna kind of ignore the vehicles right now because I want to keep it a surprise. Basically, any body parts and rims you want to pick up when you go to a to either the junkyard. Like any body parts you can actually restore, you want to pick up when you go to a junkyard. I see that there's a Willys Jeep there. That'd be kind of a cool one to do. Alright, this one. There we go. Boop. Kind of sidestepping the vehicle. Transmissions are also fairly decent things to pick up too. But there isn't too much interior components you want to waste your time with. Alright, this is another Smith. This one we can swap into supercharged. We can indeed swap into supercharged V8. No, we can't. Yeah, we can. So that may be a fun one to do a drag truck build. So we might buy that one. Yeah, let's put that in car parking. And then, what is this one? Is this the civilian or is that's the military? Please do that. Unfortunately, the Willys Jeep, it's we wrote it in the civilian version. We could do the military version as well. It's only slightly different. Yeah. Let's add it to the parking. We have so many vehicles. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Alright, let's restore these parts, make a little bit of an extra profit. That's also why going to the junkyard and just getting all like the regular body panels is actually super profitable as well, because there are so many junkyard spots. And you can just completely, you know, fill up your inventory with just the body panels. And because you have usually, though we do have a much lower rate of success here with 2 of these getting crunched. Hey, Helmy. Welcome to the stream, Jerry. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, and if I go to Oklahoma, I recommend to go to the Midwest streetcar. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely want to head out west. That one, that'd be really fun. I haven't been west of the Appalachians. I've been all up and down the East Coast, but I haven't been to the West Appalachians. Oh, past the Appalachians anyway. How's your progress in Mania 3 Demolition Remix? That's going along quite good. We're almost done with that, actually. Probably one more stream and it'll be completely finished. We didn't make too much profit there. We had 2 crunches. But it is very fun. Basically we have three more championships left to do in the Tokyo Challenge, and then we will be all set, all good to go for that. All right, so hang on a second. Right now we're going to be restoring this beautiful Mustang Mach 1, the final vehicle of the stream tonight. And then afterwards, after the stream, I'll probably sell these 3 vehicles. We'll probably make some decent, solid money from them. And, yeah. I also played Mania 2 and Mania Street Racing. I want to try Mania Los Angeles on Sony PSP. Because I don't currently have that game. Nor do I have a means of playing PSP games. I probably need to get an emulator for that. And then I need to find a way to get the disc. But right now, that may be the last different Midnight Club game I play for a little bit. I'm definitely gonna revisit the Midnight Club games. Don't worry. Where is? Oh, it's got moved over here. Mania Club Los Angeles and Mania Club LA Remix are the same sort of game. Kind of. Los Angeles didn't have the Tokyo side of things. Also just realized we're starting with the front instead. Okay, that's fine. We're doing things a little bit different here. We're starting with the front suspension instead. Getting this completely backwards. That's fine. But yeah, no, it is still very different. Because you have slightly different handling. I've got Kusini, go to the Kusini Memorial. That'd be interesting to visit as well. Cause I do kind of like reading up about like history, even in like, you know, very unfortunate history. It is good to kind of learn about that type of stuff. You know, why it happened, how it happened, and everything. So that could be, you know, a very educational experience too. Valores class. Let's do. Yeah, so that's because it has the South Central, the South Central expansion. Oh yeah, I am moderately familiar with the with that event. It was covered. Basically, like it was definitely part of like the '90s unit in my AP US history class, and the different theories behind the kind of rise in, for lack of a better word, domestic extremism. This was definitely an interesting subject to talk about at the time. Probably not necessarily the best to talk about on stream here. But yeah, it's very, very unfortunate that happened. Manhunt 2, oh, I was also watching about Rockstar Games. That game is controversial. Yeah, I'm probably either gonna play GTA Vice City next for Tuesdays. Yeah, probably either GTA Vice City on the Tuesdays after we beat Midnight Club Dub Edition Remix, or I might do Max Payne 2, because both those games I do have, and I believe should work on the emulator. I'm gonna double check and test them real quick before confirming one way or the other. And I know I've been told I need to get Bully as well, so Bully is definitely on the to get list too. There's a lot of good Rockstar games on the PS2 era of consoles. Red Dead Redemption or The Warriors, the action game, man. I haven't played The Warriors. I know about the Warriors game, but I haven't played that one. And Red Dead Redemption, I believe, is currently, at least until they get the remake out, is PS3, like 7th generation consoles, which I do not currently have a strong enough CPU to emulate. So I'd either need to get a capture card, or I need to get a better CPU. Probably a better CPU, because sometimes capture cards are a little bit finicky, and emulation is fun, because console hardware does not last forever, especially if they get you know, no longer supported by game companies and everything. So you don't want to get left in the dust. All right, so let's get this real quick. The main shock, double from shock absorber. We're gonna get 2 of these, 2 of those. Oh boy. And then 2 front springs. Alright, what tires do we have? The radio. Okay, so those are the vintage racing tires. Cool. Just want to get those. Vintage race tires. 2 of these, size 15, width 245. Profile 60. Actually, listening to a podcast about that. Oh, nice. It's always cool when like different historical events are covered as well. They do have to be a little bit careful because, you know, obviously there's always going to be different bias and stuff like that. Some things may be intentionally skipped over, some things may be intentionally over-focused on. So it's good to get kind of different opinions about different stuff as well. But if it's purely kind of factual, even if it's purely kind of factual, again, certain things may be deemed not important or too important or have you, based off of the background of the person doing the podcast. Still though, you know, always good to learn your history, always good to learn, like, especially your sciences as well. Those are both very, very important subjects to learn. But this is coming from an engineer who also has an obsession with history, so, you know, I'm biased. Okay, I've actually went through more on the podcast, but that's good, right? That's good. That's good. Good. Very, very good. R15. Alright, let's get these rims on. Let's get all of this sorted. Boop. But you know, there's a lot of stuff I want to do out west. I definitely want to do Grand Canyon. And there's a lot of racetracks I want to visit out west as well. Everything from Road America up in Wisconsin to Laguna Seca out in California. That'd be really, really cool. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff. I know also it'd be kind of fun to kind of do like the road trips. I know one thing I want to do as well is the Route 66, the historic Route 66 road trip, and visit like a lot of like the smaller towns along the way, and just kind of. That might have to be a little bit later in my life when I have a little bit more PTO accumulated. But that would be a very fun trip as well. Just take a couple months just to do that. All right, bushings. We need 12 bushings in the front. Sway 2 of you. 2 of you, please. Oop. 1 of you. In a tie rod. And out of tie rod. Alright. And then, what else are we missing? Oh yeah, hub. 2 wheel hub caps and 2 wheel hub bearings. Also, I'd recommend Beach Bend Raceway in Kentucky if you need to go watch drag racing. That's a quarter mile. And it's actually prepped. Very nice. Very cool. Yeah, no, always cool. Always good to watch, especially like supporting other local tracks in the area as well. Because you get that like that local culture, which is really very sweet. Like sometimes it's good to kind of watch like I know more about like the bigger like national international stuff, but it's always good to like learn from like locals, some of like the cool more hidden more hidden gems around. Okay, Kentucky Beachman Race was not looking at me. Yeah, no. It's but like from like other local people and stuff like that, or other like people basically people in the know, whereas I am not in the know for some of like the smaller tracks. Like that would be kind of cool to visit some of that stuff as well. Sometimes it ends up being a better experience than the crazy big stuff, just because it's a much more relaxed, kind of more laid back vibe. Hang on a second. What am I missing? Oh yeah, upper. We need 1 of those. All right, we're gonna get the brakes in a bit. Right now, we're gonna get pretty much all the suspension done first. And ooh. And like actually a few years ago, the top fuel drag circuit came to you guys. This track, sweet. That is always cool. Oh, it was an 8th. Oh my gosh, those things would be over before you even got a chance to blink. And it's just the sheer speed and acceleration. What were they running, like 2-3 second 8th miles? Like that is insanely short races. Oh my word. Nice. 8th mile race is also really cool too, because you get different levels of competitiveness there too. Vehicles that wouldn't do 221 and a quarter mile that would get eaten up are still light enough, and so that they're able to kind of beat much more powerful vehicles just because they have better grip and better launch. Unfortunately, he blew up close for passing. That really scared you. Ah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, drag racing is one of those events where it definitely relies quite a bit on conditions being very good. Like other racing conditions can be kind of sus and you're still fine, but like drag racing, just because you're putting down that much power, you need things to be you have a much lower tolerance for things being wrong. So it makes it very dicey when things do go wrong too. It's also why, unfortunately, as cool as it is, it does get canceled semi-frequently here in Maryland because we do get a lot of rain. so things get postponed. The schedule is very fluid, shall we say? And that's it's a blessing and a curse, because it kind of adds to the excitement as well. How much racing are we going to get in before the storm that's about 40 miles out comes here? Are we able to finish the event? Sometimes you get the last race in, and all of a sudden then the skies will just open up on you. Our schedule's usually set in stone. We usually like make the schedules early on in the year and everything as like sort of an ideal schedule. But even then, sometimes things get either postponed or canceled, or sent to a later date, and it's interesting, but it's fun though. Makes it very, very, very. It adds another like layer of strategy as well, because as well with the humidity, like temperature affects the engine power. But the humidity also does affect quite a bit, both the engine and braking performance. Which if you're kind of doing bracket racing, and if you're kind of sandbagging or what have you, that you got to take that into consideration too. Schedule's not ideal though. Put them up for like a week for the race. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is very, very, very short notice. Just out of curiosity, do you have any I know you said the one closed, but do you have any other like short dirt tracks, like dirt track ovals close by? Because those are fun to go to too. There's a couple of them within like a 2-hour drive of where I live in Maryland, or like in southern Pennsylvania, and it's always fun watching all the different vehicles there as well. Not that enough. Okay, so you guys are primarily drag racing. We have, I think, 2 or 3 drag strips. One of them right on the coast. We have Cecil, which is sort of my local haunt. And that one is kind of more so along the like the bay. And then you have one in like Western Maryland, like super Western Maryland, like up in like the Appalachian area. Okay, so it's the same stuff. And a drag strip is right next to a dirt oval in the prison. I mean, hey, at least then, you're not gonna have people moving really close by and then complaining, oh my gosh, I moved next to a racetrack. Why are they doing racetrack things at a racetrack? They're making racetrack noises at... Sorry. That has unfortunately gotten a track closed down in Maryland, and it's very, very annoying because the track was there first. But people will come in and they're like, nah. Like, it's one thing if you move closer to a racetrack and you just don't mind. Like, sweet, awesome. You literally can like walk and watch a drag race and everything. But then there are people that are like, oh yes, I'm gonna do my research about an area. Oh, there's a racetrack here? Okay, that's fine. Oh no, they're doing racing at a racetrack. Our track actually got shut down but that for a few years before the prison started, because everyone moved out before we got shut down. The prison started a few years later. Nice. Yeah, like I can kind of understand if like a racetrack gets built in your backyard or what have you. But if the racetrack was there first, right? And then you move close by, knowing that a racetrack is there, which usually most real estate agents will let you know, hey, there's a racetrack nearby, you may have to deal with noise. Then, it's kind of being a bit of a jerk. It's not very nice. It's not very nice to do that. I just realized we didn't fix the chassis yet. Whoopsie daisies. If there's a racetrack near my house, I'd be happy. Yes, same. Like, oh my gosh, like I would love that. I would support that 100%. I'd go to pretty much all the events. Like, it would be a lot of fun. And I mean, there's still quite a few that are close-ish by. Like, Cecil was less than an hour from where I live. That gets very, very, very close. So that's why I frequent there quite a lot, especially the bracket racing. I love bracket racing. It's because it's just got that chill, super chill vibe of, yeah, I'm driving a Corolla, or I'm driving like a Civic, or I'm driving, you know, brand new Camaro, but everyone's still super competitive. It's no rubbish. It's like a 30-minute drive. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what makes it fun. Is it's still close by. It's close enough that you can visit, you know, weekly or bi-weekly or what have you. That's what makes it. That's what makes it fun. Where is that axle? That's the front. There's a solid rear axle. Boop. Boop. Alright, let's go to this side. We get a fuel tank? We didn't get a fuel tank. Let's get you, and then back the brakes. Let's get 2 brake drums as well. Boop. You know, it's one vehicle, I just realized, there's one vehicle that didn't return in this game. That was in 2015. And that was the little Malik. The little tiny Fiat 124 car. That one didn't return. And I'm sad. I am so sad about that. And we also got Texas Motorplex with the 2i drive. Which that one's not, for being a bit of a larger track, if memory serves me correctly. You know, that one, that's not a far drive. That's still fairly close by, which is nice. So you get plenty of drag racing and everything, especially for Texas. Like Texas is huge. Like Maryland's itty bitty, so you have kind of a lot of things kind of compressed. But like Texas is big. Next, there's the NHRA events all the time. Nice. So yeah, that's worth heading out. That's worth heading out there for. Very, very sweet. All right, we're gonna get this. Get the starter out of there. Oop. Now it's always cool to kind of support your local tracks and your local, you know, businesses and everything. Very, very fun. That's why even when I go on vacation and stuff like that, I usually try to go to like the local restaurants. Just because they usually have some really good foods. Oops, I forgot the starter. Oh no. Thankfully that's an easy thing to get to. You're not completely, you know, you're not completely out of luck. You know, you can quickly kind of rectify that mistake. Alright, let's pull out the engine. There we go. Did I install? Yeah, I did. Okay. Nice. Alright, let's add the engine onto the crane. Oh gosh, I don't want that. There we go. Up. Upsy daisies. And this one is the 385. Beautiful engine. Got the nice blue coloring. I'm thinking of probably keeping that yellow though. I like that yellow on the Mach 1 Mustangs. Those are very, very nice. Alright, there we go. Do you want to know what I keep forgetting to do when I'm actually working on like three-wheeler stuff? What do you keep forgetting to do? I don't have too much experience with three-wheelers, but I imagine that they have, you know, some very unique stuff on them that sometimes, if you're not careful, you're used to working on other engines, can kind of catch you out. Let's get that out of there. Let's get the air filter out. Really? There's that many air filter bases? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Oh yeah, no, it's as well. Sometimes like when you, depending on how you are under a vehicle, you're like, okay, I know my right's my left, but like I'm like my elbow is bent a certain degree. I can't even see the bolts. I just know I'm on it. Which direction is right now? And it becomes a little bit difficult to kind of figure out where you need to go, or how you need to turn it. I'm missing a spark plug on the side. Not that that matters. We're gonna be replacing the spark plugs anyway. There we go. Oop. Get all this stuff out. Get the valve train components out. All the individual little rocket arms. Oh, yeah. Gotta unscrew each and every single one of them. That's something we don't have actually, is like ATV and like motor like dirt bike events close by. Not that I've watched too many of them. That's what I hate about the overhead valve. No, not Hemis. Oh, yeah, those where basically you have to unscrew each and every single one rocket arm. Yeah, that makes it a little bit annoying, a little bit tedious, but oh well. It's just like the charm that you either love or hate about a certain engine. There's just so many of them. Way too many. So whether there isn't too many pushrod inline 6s or pushrod inline 4s in this game. Like most of the older vehicles are like V8 powered muscle cars. It'd be kind of cool to have more different engine types for like the classic cars too. That'd be nice. There we go. Oop. I think now that we have a decent selection of Japanese cars, next time we play this game, there's 16 rocket arms, 16 valve push rods, 2 for each cylinder. Alright, let's rotate you. Get rotated. Alright, get all of this out of here. Nice. This engine is going to look absolutely beautiful when it gets fully restored. I kind of like the different colored engines as well, because it adds like an extra layer of kind of it just looks good when it's in the vehicle, especially if you have like a complementary or other vibrant colors to the paint. Like you can make it just absolutely pop when you take the pictures of it. That's the fun. I do want to eventually get some of the more modern kind of tuner vehicles and stuff. But so far the different options haven't been too nice to me. Oh gosh, that may have been the engine block for the crunch. I hope that wasn't the engine block for the crunch. That was the engine block. Oh boy. Oh, fun. We just have an ignition coil floating there. All right, that may have been the only crunch though, so that's good. I've done the rock paper scissors gun. Oh yeah, that used to be like the big trump card for like young grade school people. They were like, oh yeah, ha, gun beats everything, I shoot you. And then you'd have other people come up with like other silly things of like, well, this beats gun, or but then rock beats this instead. And it would basically kind of turn into like a massive like web of, well, this beats this, but is weak against that. And it was kind of silly. It was fun though, because you got to kind of exercise the creativity and everything. Yeah, still is younger. It still exists. Oh yeah, stuff like that. The drawing, the parallel line S's. That you start by drawing like the 6 parallel lines and then connecting them at the top and the bottom. That's pretty much. I imagine that's gonna be within the cultural zeitgeist for a while. The cultural collective conscious for a bit. All of that stuff is probably gonna be there for quite a bit. It's just something I don't know how or why, because like I went to grade school right around when the internet was just starting to be semi-available to people. Like it was just just after like the .com bust, or the .com boom and bust during that time period, and it was, you know, even without that, like we didn't have like unrestricted access to the internet for the most part. So it was basically just, you know, hey, but it's even then though, like from all around the country, you know, we got to the point where we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna this is like part of the culture, and it kind of became like a nationwide thing for some reason. Like there was one about like there's just certain things that kind of get shared across the nation, but without it even being, you know, without the internet. It was a more viral idea, quote unquote, a meme in the older Richard Dawkins version of meme, where it's like the genetic, or like, you know, the like I said, basically just a idea that gets, you know, becomes viral. Like that was really cool. Where's that wheel filter? There it is. All right. So now we have. Let's get the gearbox stuff here. While we're thinking about it. Get this all put together. Oh, we don't have a clutch plate. We weren't able to restore it this time. Oof. Big oof. Alright, let's rotate. Nope, I want to rotate it. And the engine stand, let me... Oh, wrong way. There we go. Right way now. There we can get both heads on. No issue there. Nice. After we get this in, we get the exhaust system. Put oil in it. And then finally, body, and then an interior. So that shouldn't be too bad. Okay, cool. We don't have either of those. V8 overhead valve. Okay, so we want 2 of those. 1 on each side. I do like the fact that you can kind of look up just that type of engine and get some of the specific parts. Nice. It's a beautiful engine that's coming together. I like that Ford Racing blue on it. Very nice. Alright, good. We can repair the carburetor. Alright, the other air filter base stuff, not as much. So let's get you, and you. Did you watch Sam and... Oh. I've not heard of that before, so I apologize. I don't. What do they do? Like I said, for the most part, I'm not really able to watch too many other content creators. Just because normally when I'm not streaming and stuff like that, I'm either prepping for other things, or I'm doing actual or like work. They do haunted explorations. Oh, okay. So they do like haunted houses and stuff like that. Okay, I think I may have heard of them, but no, I don't watch them. Or at least I haven't seen them yet. But yeah, that's really cool. It's almost like real life phasmophobia. Oh gosh, way too many push rods. Okay, that's a standard push rod. And I think the rocket arms are also the same. Yes. There's some good content if you don't mind all the cussing. I don't mind. I just try to avoid it myself. Just because I know sometimes younger people watch my stream and everything. And I do try to keep it mostly family friendly. Unless I'm playing like already gonna be playing an M-rated game, like the GTA games. Because, well, it doesn't make sense to super censor yourself when the game itself is gonna be very, very, you know, raunchy and all that stuff. Alright, let's get all this on here. Nice. Oh, there's no engine head cover. That is good. We need A. We need alpha for that one. Nice. Look at this. Look at the engine. Ah, it's beautiful. Get the other side built up some more. Oh gosh, zoom out, please. I'm not that blind yet. I can still see. I guess I don't do GT videos that often. Not necessarily. Like we did a full playthrough of a GTA 3 a couple months back. It's just that I've been primarily focused on playing like a bunch of other racing games. Because for the most part, my content is racing games first and foremost, with other automotive games secondary, and then Wednesday being the dedicated spot for like RPG, like JRPGs or Western RPGs and stuff like that, just to kind of give me an excuse to play some non-racing games as well. But I may end up playing more games like GTA in the near future. Like GTA, I definitely want to play through all the 3D era GTA games. So Vice City Stories, Liberty City Stories, San Andreas. Hey, do you do the thing where you flip the air cleaner cover over? Like in real life, where you flip it over so you get more air into the engine? Like that? I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah, granted. Like I said, I kind of started driving around like 2014-ish. So most of my vehicles have been slightly newer, like around like from the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s and stuff. So I haven't really owned a vehicle with that like circular air cleaner cover. But I do know what you're talking about, and I do have family members that have done that on their older vehicles, back when they used to drive those types of vehicles. Like my dad did it on his old T-Bird with 29 Thunderjet. Because 429 cubic inches wasn't enough power for him. Nope, he wanted more power. So, yeah. Alright, that one. Is the rotor good? I think the rotor is good. Rotor's good. Cap is good. Is the clip. Okay, we have one clip. We need a second clip. Flip that. I mean, it's cool, but I'm gonna give you like 3 horsepower. true, but it's free. which is nice. I mean, but yeah, no, it is a very, very rudimentary thing. But you know, sometimes people like pretending they have more horsepower than they do and everything, and it's just silly. Plus the price of the car. Okay, fair. That is a good point. All right, let's see. Okay, that is a standard timing chain. Good. Timing chain, V8 overhead valve. All right, getting the front of this all put together. And then we can put this in the engine bay. Prepare the stuff in the engine bay. All right, so we need a fuel filter. Power steering pump is good right now, though. That's solid. What is this? All right, so it's overhead valve I. Get that arm. Oop. There we go. Port that up. Stop zooming in, please. I am not that blind, game. This game thinks I'm like need to be super close to it. I don't need to be that close. I'm already fairly close to the screen because I need to be fairly close with the facial tracking of the webcam and the software and everything. Where is... There you are. But yeah, no, it's... Oh wait, is that an eye? Oh, that is an eye. Dang. Okay, fair enough. They got me. I got. Rip bozo. Alright, let's get that in there. Alright, and that is also an eye. Cool. So let's go down here. A I. So that's B I, and that is A I. And that should get this all nice and put together. And then the radiator fan, which we don't have as well. Not for long though. It's only got the four spokes on the fan, the 4 blades on the fan. Very simplistic. Probably doesn't move a whole lot of air around, but you know, that's fine. Because when you're going fast, your engine does become partially a little bit air cooled. It helps push through more air through the radiator as well. All right, look at that. That is beautiful. That is a very pretty engine. Let's take that off there. Boom. Yes. Alright, let's get that out of there. Let's get you out of there. And let's get the brake servo out. Alright, battery goes over here to charge. I like older cars because they're less components and easier to work on in-game and in real life. That is true. I kind of enjoy like the early 2000s cars because they had the OBD2, right? So you had that diagnostic stuff on them, which makes it very easy to kind of, you know, figure out what the problem is, as opposed to needing to kind of tear things down a bit more for why your vehicle is misfiring in an older vehicle. But they were still mechanically simple, which is why you have so many of them are still very popular tuners now. As they had the best of both worlds. But yeah, like the super old cars as well. They are very nice. They have that charm as well, that personality that is just very fun. Like they're just very unique as well. Oh, and also wish I had the restaurant mod feature for Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. I mean, you can kind of do a restaurant mod-ish. Change the wheels up a bit. And there are a few body panels. But yeah, for the older vehicles, you're definitely kind of stuck with what the body is. You don't really get too much of a choice in how you kind of make it look from like a full, body modification standpoint. It'd be cool if there was more body kits and the likes for older vehicles. And I'm talking LS and Mania having sauce. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool too. Putting in modern engines in the older cars. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be really nice. We need a front exhaust pipe A, 2 of you, 2 middle mufflers, and then a rear exhaust pipe, or rear muffler, Oop. Yes. Get this thing. Make sure it sounds good. Isn't it crazy that Comic Season of 2021 is 2 years old? Yeah, I'm sure they'll probably, by the time we start playing the 2021 version on stream, they'll probably come out with the 2024 version or what have you. But still, it is. Oh, this doesn't have a steering wheel. Cool. How do I do anything to the 2025 version? I mean that makes sense. They're still supporting the They're still supporting the 2021 version right now. Like the Dragon Racing DLC is still fairly new. Like it's it makes sense to kind of continue to support that. Plus also, the more you iterate and everything, the more you need to the more time you need to improve upon what you already have built. And you want to kind of exponentially increase the amount of vehicles added and increase the number of features added so that people, think it's a worthwhile investment to get that. Because otherwise, you're not going to pay, a whole lot more money for something that's more of the same. Like 2018 was a major step up from 2015, so it's worth the price. And for the manage, notice it's always been for like 4 years from each game. Give or take, yeah, there or thereabouts. Which is, still very fun. gives you time to play, gives you time to kind of get used to all of the features, become super proficient at it, have a massive selection of builds already built for you and everything, and then it's nice. Alright, we need that front window. There we go. Get that door on there. Oh boy. Alright. Nice. This thing is gonna look absolutely gorgeous. Alright, the front headlights. Let's get this on here. I wish that the headlights were, for some vehicles like this, were interchangeable. We don't have a hood. It is not all good in the hood because there is no hood. Nope, I don't want that. Alright, we're just missing the license plate. Probably gonna go with California for this one. And then the too fast for you. California. best for you. There we go. Oop. Place this one here. And let's get this one here. And let's see what livery options we have for this one. Let's move it to not the parking. I don't want it in the parking. No. It's not ready yet. Move it to the garage. Paint shop. There we go. Sometimes it's very easy to kind of misclick. Alright, livery. Yes! Is this me or all the videos I watch have a parking garage you can actually walk around? You do. You can. I can show you that if you want. That's the white version. And they have a tan version. Ooh. Ooh. I might still go with this. I mean, that is still absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. But yeah, I'll show you the garage in just a second. Yeah. I will. Give me 1 second to get done painting the vehicle. That's been done. I think we... Did we put oil in the engine? I think we put oil in the engine. We'll double check that in a sec. So let's go to the parking. And at least the PC version, we can go there and we can see sort of all of our vehicles there as well. Most of these vehicles are completely unrestored. I don't think I did. Okay, well we'll double check that. If we try to take it to the speed shot, the speed track or whatever, it'll yell at us. But yeah, we can see we have a whole bunch of very rusty old cars here. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. We have so many vehicles, like the little Ford. Oh yeah, the little tiny itty bitty. This one, it's got a supercharged V8 in it, a modern supercharged V8 just crammed inside. It's so tiny. This one, since it's already a hot rod, we might do a full tune on it. But yeah, it already has the slick tires on it as well. Just the casually big engine in that smaller vehicle. Yes. It is adorable. It's gonna be terrifying when we fully tune it because the modern engines make a little bit more power than the classic engines. We have this big space. We're probably gonna turn this into a lightly modified kind of boulevard cruiser type of vehicle, depending on what kind of modifications we can make to it. This one we're gonna do a full drag build of the boulevard cruiser. And we have a couple of Japanese cars as well. Next stream we're gonna be doing three Japanese vehicles. The RX-3, the Sakura GT20, and the RX-7 are the three of those. Now that'll be a fun one to do. But yeah, we have. Let's take the Mustang. Take the Mustang to the speed track. Okay, we did put oil on it. Good. Nice. Check that. All right, let's do it. Don't want to launch it too high of an RPM because you don't want to spin our wheels too much. These things have much faster 0 to 60 mile an hour times in-game than they do in real life. Like normally it's close to like 6 or 7 seconds for the 0 to 60 for one of these classic muscle cars. Having it under 5 is a little bit interesting. Not quite 150 miles an hour for the top speed though for the stock Mach 1 Mustang, but still a very, very, very solid performance. I like how we're out of fuel as well. The 0 to 200 mile an hour timer is still climbing. Like that. So what's your favorite, American muscle or Japanese? Oh, my favorite overall car is Japanese, with it being the Toyota 2000 GT. But overall, though, it's tricky. I'd probably go with American Muscle overall, but there are a lot of like Japanese cars I really, really want to own. Like the top tier tuners and everything, or like the old like Japanese Grand Touring cars. Those are nice. There's also a lot of Japanese tuner cars that I'm kind of like, it's okay, but I don't care too much about. Whereas muscle cars are usually, at least universally, like, you know, like at least B tier. I'm like, yeah, this is very, very nice, very, very sweet. So yeah. That being said, I'm gonna be ending the stream now. It is almost midnight. Which ones take me longer, American cars or Japanese cars? The American cars take less time through the game because most of them are very similar. Like the front suspension, it's gonna be double wishbone, front sway bar B, sway bar link Bs, 12 rubber bushings, upper control arm, bottom control arm, vented brakes, wheel hub bearings, all that stuff. And most of that can be repaired. Same with the rear suspension. The rear suspension, with the exception of rear shock absorber B and 4 small rubber bushings and the braking components there, and the fuel tank, everything else can be repaired on the bench, which makes it very, very easy and very quick to repair and restore the American muscle cars. Because again, with the exception of the Reptilia, the C3 Corvette, which is a little bit different. With the exception of that one, they are again all pretty much the same at the rear with the solid axle rear suspension, and very, very simple, very quick to take apart. That is made up with the fact that there's so many different V8 overhead valve engines, so it's much more difficult to kind of rebuild the engine if you don't know exactly where to find all the components. Me expecting that photo tonight, definitely. And I'm gonna make sure to kind of get some pictures of these vehicles that we've restored, get them sent to the Discord and to some of the socials and everything. So that'd be fun too. So I like taking pictures of the cars, but I know that takes up time. So I might do that after the stream. That being said though, I'm going to be ending the stream here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what I'm doing well in the comments below. And regardless what time of day it is, we hope you're having a great time. And I'll see you on the next stream. Just curious, you going to sell them? Yeah, I am going to sell them after I take the pictures and everything, just to free up some space for other projects and everything. Because in 2018, you're not able, you don't really do much with them. Like you build them, you can kind of sell them and everything. At least with 2021, I'll probably keep more vehicles there because of the drag racing and stuff, and you actually have more, you can actually do more with the vehicles. Whereas here, you build them and you either have them sit in your collection or you just tinker with them tiny a little bit. Yeah. But anyway, Take care, everybody.